Thank you very much for your talk. Very, very thought-provoking. And so I wonder whether you have a sense of what can be done about the intrusion of this prosperity gospel. For many Christians in the United States, and I think in other parts of the West, the growth of Christianity in Africa is actually a very hopeful sign with its decline throughout the West. And the fidelity of African Christians to biblical teaching is seen as a bulwark against the spread of very disordered lifestyles here in the West. Yet if in fact Pentecostalism is probably the form of Christianity that's growing the fastest in Africa, and it does seem to be theologically quite impoverished. And if what we're replacing, if the bulwark for Christianity is this impoverished form, it's really very troubling. So I'm just wondering, do you have any sense for what direction we could go to try and address the problems of the very shallow kind of Christianity that's growing so rapidly?
You're asking the right person, because you're asking a Nigerian bishop. We have constant, well-developed program, both of catechesis and social action and formation, faith formation of our faithful in the light of the challenges of Pentecostalism. I, for one, I will always tell my people, we have two challenges in Nigeria now: Islam, radical Islam, and aggressive Pentecostalism. But I tell them that whereas Islam, as persecution, is likely to make Christians stronger, Pentecostalism is more dangerous because it destroys Christianity from its very roots. It nibbles at the things that are essential to our faith, and especially because it very easily accommodates teachings that are not really Christian, but are drawn from the traditional religion and culture. So we as church are aware of that. And we have programs, we have training programs, we have formation programs for our people. And of course, we sow the seed. It's the Holy Spirit that makes that germinate and mature, that we are aware of it. And the church, as mater et magister, as mother and as teacher, will continue to go to encounter those Christians where they are in their attraction to Pentecostalism, but continue also to teach them the right way. So.
And is it not possible to collaborate with Pentecostal pastors? I mean, for all the thinness of the theology, they are Christians.
They have all to gain that things are the way they are. It is big business. After oil, I think, Pentecostal preaching has become the next most lucrative business in Nigeria. I am not aware of any oil magnate who has 3 private jets, but I'm aware of a Nigerian pastor who has. So it's big business for them, and they would not care to collaborate with you, because often their main reason for existing in Nigeria is to fight the Catholic Church and the other institutional churches. I always tell them, we have so many people who have not yet heard the gospel, and we have the Muslims who are disturbing us. Why don't you go converting them, only to poach from our own faithful? And that is what they constantly do. So they attack the basics, fundamental teachings of the church, and they especially promise immediate solution. Don't forget, though, you said it right. Hundreds of years ago, Western philosophers analyzed this type of religion and concluded that it would die. This was the basic thesis of Karl Marx. And also Nietzsche, one of the Christianity's worst enemies, one of his arguments against religion and Christianity in particular was this relationship between the rich and the poor and how the church was exploiting that. So my fear is that one of my priests says that Pentecostalism has no second-hand value. in the sense that it has not yet had its crisis. The Catholic Church especially, with all due respect to all the other Christian denominations, has been through every imaginable type of crisis, and yet it's continuing. I'm still waiting. Some of the Pentecostal pastors have lost all their members because of the first accusation of infidelity on the side of their pastors. The people run away. So I think collaborating with them will be more difficult. Father Paulinus knows we have an association called Christian Association of Nigeria, which is an umbrella for all the Christian groups in order to promote, one, ecumenism and also protect Christian interests in a country that is also largely Muslim. Mm-hmm. But the Pentecostals will hardly ever agree with the Catholics on issues. So that's our situation.
Thank you so much.